Now we'll begin to generate the second part of the pier, the top part. So to do that, first click on group again here, and double click on subgroup 1 to select only these parts. Then click on translate elements, this option here, and we'll choose move, so we will move these plate elements equal distance, and for the DZ choose 8.5 and just click on apply. So you see the section will be moved at this point here. Now activate only this section, so select these elements only, so you can use, for example, the polygonal selection. Go in the view tab and click on activate. Now click on top to view the mesh like that. You can uncheck the shrink and see the node ID, for example. So third thing we'll do is to translate these two nodes here and here. So first thing we'll have to activate again the nodes, because I inactivate the nodes. Click OK. Then go into the isometric view. We'll choose select only this node, these two nodes here. Okay. Go into the node element window and choose translate node. It will be copy for the distance dz minus 1.5 and 1 for the number of time. Just click on apply, and now you see these two nodes have been created here. Now we'll do the same with two other nodes. So again, select single, and we'll select this node here and this one. Copy equal distance. Again, this time we'll use minus 2.5 for the DZ, and click on apply. Okay. Now there's again two other nodes to copy. So we'll copy these nodes 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth node from this side on this part, and 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth node on on that side. Now for the distance, use 0, 0, minus 2 for DZ 1. Click on apply. And now we'll create the body of the pier by extruding these plate elements until these nodes. So to do that, go on group again, double click on the subgroup 2, go into extrude elements, choose planar element solid. This time you can check the remove, because we will not use these elements afterwards. Confirm that you use solid, and for the generation type we'll use project. So it will be project on a plane. And here for the P1 you can choose P2 here, and P3 it will be this node at this position. And check direction vector 0, 0, minus 1 here. And finally we want to divide this, so divide equal in 5 divisions. Click and apply, and it will generate your pier. Now we'll do the same for the subgroup 3. So again, double click on the subgroup 3. Again, translate elements. So copy, not translate, extrude, sorry. Planar element, solid element. You can check the remove. Translate equal distance. This time it will be equal distance. For the thick, here for the DZ you can enter minus 0.5 and 5 times. Click on apply and you got the mesh. And now go in the group again, double click on subgroup 4, go in extrude elements, planar elements, solid, choose project again, project on a plane, and select these 3 nodes. Direction vector 0, 0, minus 1, divide in 5 times and click on apply. Go in the group again, double click on subgroup 5, extrude, planar element, solid element, check the remove, translate equal distance, minus 0, 0 and minus 0.4 and 5 times. Now click on apply and finally you get the head of the pier. So we can uncheck display of the nodes here. We can display all the elements. Okay, and to view better we can inactivate the nodes. Okay. Now we'll delete all the plate elements that we used to create the solid elements via the extrude function, because we don't need these elements anymore. So to do that, we'll here use this select identity option, click on plate and click on add, and you see there's still some plate element here that we don't need. So just click on the delete button of your keyboard to delete these elements. Now to create the second part of the pier, we'll just use the mirror option. So go back in the node elements tab, click on mirror, select all the elements on the screen, then choose the copy option, YZ plane, and enter 0 in the section here in the X field, then click on apply and you get your full model. Now we have to check that the current nodal connections between the elements are correct. So to do that, we'll go in the structure view, and you have a button here, check duplicate elements. So if it's doing this sound, it means it's okay. Then click on display free edges, and you see the free edges. It seems okay too, so I will inactivate this option. And now we can begin the next step of the tutorial. That will be to enter the loading informations. So go in load, and we'll define first some static load cases. So for the name, enter self-weight. The load case will be, the type of the load case is a dead load. So click on add. Now enter vertical load. It's also dead load. Click on add. And the last one will be seismic loading. And it will be an earthquake type of load. So find the type earthquake. and click on add. Now click on close. Now we can create the self-weight by clicking on self-weight. Verify that the load case associated with the self-weight is the self-weight load case. Enter -1 is in the Z direction, and click on add to add this self-weight. Now we'll assign the other two loads. That will be assigned to the nose of the top of the pier. So the first thing we'll do is to activate the nodes only at the top of the structure to specify the vertical load applied. So I have to activate again the nodes. So go in the display, click on OK. And to activate only these nodes, we'll right click and select plane. Now enter the plane, click on XY plane, enter 10.5, click on apply to select the nodes here. You can close this window, and in the view tab, click on activate. Now you can go in the top view to see the nodes of the top of the pier. We'll create the first nodal load. Click on nodal load. Assign it to vertical load, add, and enter the value in the FZ direction. It will be -430. Now we have to select the nodes on which this load is applied. So we'll use this select by window option to select the specific nodes on which it is applied. So it will be 3 nodes here, and every 3 nodes, select these nodes, 1, 2, 3, here. Okay, now that you've selected these nodes, just click on apply. So if you come back in the isometric view, you see your P1 load has been assigned like that. Now you can go back to top view, and we'll assign the second load, which is the seismic loading. So this time it will be in the FX direction. So enter the value 520 in the FX direction, and select these nodes, these 3 nodes here, and click on apply to assign this load. Now go back in the isometric view, and to see the 2 loads at the same time, you can go into display, loads, and activate the nodal load here, and now you can see on the screen all the nodal loads in your model. Now we'll activate again all the elements, and we'll deactivate the nodes. Okay. Now that we've done that, we have to assign the boundary condition to our model. So we'll select the plane of the bottom of the pier. So it is the XY plane. Just enter 0 for the Z position, click on apply. Now go into boundary tab, click on define support, add, and check the D-all to fix all the translation degree of freedom. Now click on apply, and click on redraw, and now your model is configured. Now you can go in the next step, which is to perform the structural analysis. So go in the analysis tab. We'll check, before launching the analysis, we'll check the analysis options. So be sure to use the multi-frontal sparse Gaussian. Click on OK, and click on the button Perform Analysis to launch the analysis. Now the analysis is complete. So you can see here the time of execution, which is 7 seconds. And you have the information about analysis in the message window.